Hello everybody, welcome back to another Apocalypse Rising 2 video. As of today, March 5th, 2020, Apocalypse Rising 2 has a new update. So first, let's dive into the changelog and I'll show you some things around in the game. So the first change on the list are some map changes. And as you can see, they added 2 new medical facilities, 2 new fire stations, and 1 new police station. You can take a look at the new hospital here in Ashland. As you can see, as you go through it, there's a lot more rooms than there were previously. And at this one here in Ashland, they even added a special forces crate in the back of one of the rooms. There's even a second floor with some other rooms in it. And you'll find yourself in a basement if you go down the elevator. There's a lot of other cool stuff down here. Like you got a bunch of more medkit spawns. Overall, it's a pretty nice upgrade to the old building. It's definitely useful for when you're playing in groups. Now you could get your whole squad more medkit. Another building that was recently updated was the police station here in Ashland as well. They added a ton of new rooms, a lot more food, drinks, and medkit spawns. And here they added a prisoner cell, and here in the back is the new armory. Finally, the last building change here in Ashland is the new fire station. Again, they added a ton of more stuff you could loot, a lot more rooms, more weapon spawns. Here's even a Vietnam weapon crate here. At the top, you can find a katana, I guess, and also another Vietnam weapon crate. Here in Huntington is the other updated new facility. As you can see, it's pretty much like the other one, just a lot smaller. Overall, there's a lot more rooms than previously. It looks a lot better. You got a lot more chance to get medkits and gear up your squad. Here in Fairview, the restaurant got remodeled and is more of a cafe or more of a bistro now. There's not much to talk about for this building, but it's a lot upgraded and it looks better than before. Across the street from the other restaurant, you have the new fire station. This one looks a lot different than the one in Ashland, but overall it's a great upgrade. Obviously, there's a lot more loot than before. Again, there's not much to talk about, but overall it looks a lot better. Another big change of the map was that the whole University Island's terrain got reworked. As you can see, coming down from the Salem Bridge, you're actually at a higher level than the university itself. Previously, University was placed on top of a hill and allowed players to get a very good view of everything around them, which caused the University to be a very good spot to camp. Overall, the area is actually much more surface with cover now. There's a lot more trees. It's definitely more of a forest kind of area. Overall, it was a very good change to benefit the flow of the map and the gameplay itself. Finally, to finish with the map changes, if you look at the changelog, you see that there's a new cave location added. It's pretty easy to find if you just walk around the map, but it is here behind the coast of Beaufort. As you can see, there's an entrance to the cave behind these rocks here. As you can see down here, there's a few spots for some zombies to spawn. And in general, the place just has a lot of different loot. For example, here I found a MAC-10. There's a Vietnam weapon crate right here on the bottom. On this side, there's actually some water that I could use real quick, and a bunch of car part spawns over here. Right here, there's another Vietnam crate. But overall, it's an interesting place. Probably some kind of cult worshipping place or something like that, but yeah. Moving on to the next section, first thing we have here is that a new skin was added called Waves. As you can see, there's a total of 15 different colors for this new skin. I have one of them here on my M1919A6, and overall, I don't think it's that bad of a skin. I personally like some of the colorways. Overall, I think it's a pretty nice skin, but let's move on for now. A new outfit was added to the game titled the Motocross outfit. I'm unable to show the shirt and pants right now as they're broken in game, but the helmet is definitely really cool. And personally, I think the outfit's one of the better ones in the game. There's been a new rare mask added to the game called the Guy Fawkes mask. Kind of big on your face, maybe that'll get changed, but pretty nice mask. Another hat that's been added called the Bandage Straw Hat. Pretty self-explanatory, it's a nice red hat. Moving on to one of the best features that the game has gotten in a while, and that's going to be item stats. As of this update, most of the items in the game now have stats that display in the inventory. For example, weapons, car parts, medkits, magazines, ammo boxes, food and drinks, and even backpacks. With this feature, you could also compare weapon stats. For example, this L9 is being compared with the primary weapon that I have equipped, the PSG. And if I hover over it, you can see that there's these green and the red lines that display which stats are better and which stats are worse. You can see here for the fire rate for the L9, it displays as 50. And you can see a little red mark that implies that the PSG has a slightly higher fire rate of 72. Another thing added with the update on the UI was the tooltips were updated. As you can see with the pith hat, it now says rare and unlocked instead of previously where it would just say unlock. And now when you unlock things, for example, this pink crop top, if I pick it up, it'll play a sound. Another thing added with this update was the new death screen and some music along with it. So for example, if I go ahead and die here, as you can see, when I'm dead, it'll display my player stats. I didn't really do much, so I don't have anything. But it'll also display the items that you did unlock. For example, I unlocked the Bandage Straw Hat and the pink crop top. And now until the time you spawn back in, you have this music playing, which is really nice. Personally, I think the music is actually really good. And a final change to the UI that they added was that you can now access these skins from the character creator or the play screen. As you can see, you can buy the skins here. And one more thing is, now when you purchase a skin, you get this nice little animation like you're opening a crate. One of the other changes to gameplay that was added with this update was a rework of the respawn system. To explain this, first off, I'm going to go ahead and reset. Take note of the position of in the map I am. I'm right below the Naval Air Station between Hastings. And when I go ahead and respawn, as you can see, I ended up on the coast of Ashland, pretty far from where I last died, which is over here once again. And if I try to reset, I'm unable to reset. As you can see, it says you cannot reset for another 79 seconds. We're going to reset again once the timer's up. And once again, I spawned pretty far away from my last spawn, which is on the coast of Ashland right here. Moving further down the changelog regarding cars and boats, some of the vehicles have been recolored to, quote, better suit the world. The next change of vehicles is something that people have been asking for a while now, and that's the ability to push vehicles. Simply just walk up to a vehicle and shove it, and it'll move a couple studs. This is really useful for scenarios when you have a boat stuck on the beach. For example, this boat right here, it's stuck, I can't move it at all. If I give it a little shove, it'll move back. Then I can then move it again. This is also useful for if you have a car that may be stuck somewhere, or maybe if you have a car that's flipped, you could try to mess around with it and try to get it unflipped, but definitely a useful feature that people have been asking for recently. Finally, the last change we have is a update to the player list UI. It was changed from a solid white player list to a opaque black kind of view, and this actually comes with a new feature where you could actually mute a player's chat, for example. To do this, you're just going to click on a player's name on the leaderboard, and you're going to notice that it says mute chat, and once you do that, the player will be muted until you unmute them or they leave the server. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you for watching, and leave your comments below on what you think of the new update. As always, please like and subscribe if you haven't already if you enjoyed the video. Currently, I'm working on getting a new mic and some better sound for my videos, so my mic won't be as fucked up. So anyways, I'll see you guys later.